Der rennt neben dem Auto! Junge, ist das krass!
Flyboard.
Das sieht einfach aus wie der Green Goblin aus Spider-Man in real. Reinkommen in den Stream ist doch eigentlich so ein Trend Central Video doch gar nicht schlecht. Was gibt's denn da? Trend Central. Gadgets that will give you superhuman powers. Da sehe ich uns. Da sehe ich uns. Das sind Sachen, die ich vielleicht nachbauen kann. So, Kamera ran und let's go.
Each year that goes by, there are more and more superheroes jumping off the pages of a comic book and onto the big screen. Action-packed blockbusters are awesome and all, but we keep asking ourselves,
was kann man echt machen? Das ist eine Frage, die sich Hacksmith sehr oft stellt und eine Frage, die ich mir auch sehr oft stelle. Wir haben auch schon Superhero-Gadgets nachgebaut.
Why can't I do that? Zany inventors are using their superior intellect to create all sorts of weird and wonderful gadgets.
Oh, geil, das sind schon coole Sachen. Einmal dieser Iron Man-Suit und einmal diese Speed-Legs,
It might just put some superheroes out of a job. Ready to take a look? Let's get it on.
Jetzt bin ich
Bionic
gespannt.
Boots.
Bionic. Die Dinger sind, glaube ich, sogar ziemlich schwer, um darauf zu laufen, oder?
Modern science hasn't allowed us to run enough to travel through time like the Flash, but this has to be the next best thing. Who needs the Flash Force when we have the harnessed energy of an ostrich? These bionic boots have been designed to perfectly simulate the stride of the biggest
Junge, der geht ja voll
flightless
ab.
bird in the world. A gentle jog will have you hitting speeds of 25 miles per hour.
Selber bauen wahrscheinlich.
Without breaking sweat, while sprinting can see you cracking the 40-mile-per-hour mark.
Was?
To put that in
MPH in kmh. 40? 65 km/h kannst mit den Dingern einfach mal sprinten? Einfach nächstes Video. Ja, ich würde es auch übel feiern, aber ich glaube, bis du die so schnell rennen kannst, musst du es doch erstmal. Ich weiß, wie kann man sowas überhaupt trainieren? Das ist krass. Reizt mich schon ein bisschen, ehrlicherweise. Ich schreib's mir mal auf. Warte mal, ich schicke mal kurz Passi eine Sprachnachricht. Ey, Passi, ich gucke mir gerade im Stream so ein Video an. Da hat jemand Bionic Boots und kann einfach 65 km/h rennen. Frage, denkst du, es ist realistisch, dass wir sowas lernen? Das wäre so geil. Wir machen einfach so einen Autohersteller, heißt in diesem Krieg. Ja, Mann. Passen wir mal einfach ein Rennen.
perspective, that's faster than most suburban speed limits. Mere mortals have a running stride of up to 5 feet, but thanks to some help from our feathered friends, that can be stretched out to more than 3 times the distance, to over 16 feet. This is
ja, erstmal langsam laufen und dann weiter trainieren, oder?
Mimics a bird's back.
Aber man kann doch bestimmt auch krass springen damit, oder?
Knee, using springs to absorb the human's weight as potential energy before using it to explode forward, which is lightning.
Auto! Junge, ist das krass!
Flyboard Air. The Silver Surfer is in an eternal contract of servitude to the world eater Galactus, endlessly flying through space on his surfboard looking for planets to serve up to his master on a silver platter. If you're an Earthling, you get all the mid-air surfing madness, minus the alien genocide.
Das sieht doch unecht
aus.
aus.
During the Singapore Formula One Grand Prix, Marina Bay became the scene for a truly awesome sight. Frank Zapata was asked to pack a very special invitation into his suitcase and come showcase it for the world. We're talking about the world's first jet-powered hoverboard.
Digga, das ist ja so krass. Kann ich das fliegen? Wo gibt's das?
A contraption that he's dubbed Flyboard Air. The engines.
Ich google direkt Flyboard Air. Alter, wir haben die nächsten 10 Videos einfach durchgeplant hier im Stream. Zepter Air. Jet Racer. Coming soon. Wo sitzen die denn? USA. Alter, du brauchst 100 Stunden Training, um das zu fliegen auf dem Wasser. Ich hätte schon Bock, Alter.
Run on a mix of kerosene and jet fuel, able to propel a 220-pound human through the air at speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour, almost 500 feet above the ground.
Das sieht einfach aus wie der der Green Goblin aus Spider-Man in real. Krass.
The only cons are that flight time is currently limited to just 6 minutes. Oh, yeah, and you're effectively strapped to a flying bomb. Sea Breacher. Aquaman can hitch a ride by grabbing the door.
Ich will das alles mal machen.
Of a passing orca. So what? The Sea Breacher takes everything awesome about a killer whale, then makes it better through the wonders of technology. This is a semi-submersible boat that can crack 70 miles per hour and is capable of pulling 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4 seconds flat.
Das sind alles Videos. Leute, würdet ihr euch das anschauen, wie ich das teste? Das sind doch Real Talk, alles übel krasse Videos einfach auch.
Of a 260 horsepower supercharged power plant. It improves nature's design. Leaping.
Okay, warte mal, wie heißt das Ding? Ich muss kurz
70 miles per hour and is capable of wonders that takes effectively strapped to a fin of a passing orca. So what? The Sea Breacher takes Sea Breacher.
Wo kann ich das machen? What is the Sea Breacher? Wie teuer sind die denn? Price. Achso, ist Custom Build, wahrscheinlich sehr teuer. Kann man die testen? Alter, die sehen ja so krass aus, Mann. Ey, ich werd irgendeins von diesen Dingen werde ich mal testen.
It's everything awesome about a killer whale that makes it better through the wonders of technology. This is a semi-submersible boat that can crack 70 miles per hour and is
hat jemand so ein Ding? Ich will das fahren.
Pulling 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4 seconds flat, courtesy of a 260 horsepower supercharged power plant. It improves nature's design, leaping out of the water, then diving back underneath.
Guck mal, Devin Supertramp hat auch so ein Ding organisiert. Wir kriegen das auch hin.
Ingenious snorkel system. It isn't just Free Willy who's getting replaced either. The Sea Breacher Y is shaped.
Passi hat geantwortet. Moment.
Keine Ahnung? Digga, ich baue gerade ein Bad. Was? Bionic Boots? What the fuck?
Und es gibt auch einfach so quasi fahrbare Haie. Können wir das auch organisieren? Digga, ich gucke gerade so ein Video. Das ist alles komplett krass. Aber wir machen das, okay? Gut, Deal. Die Magic Drakes, da ist ein Hai, es kommt so ein Verrückter in sein Boot aus dem Wasser geschossen. Da sehe ich mich, Alter.
Shaped like a dolphin, solving crime way better than Flipper ever could. Well, probably. Either way, it's super quick.
Ich will so ein Ding haben. Also nicht haben, ich will es einfach nur mal einmal fahren.
Wait until it's safe to get back in the water, courtesy of the Sea Breacher Z, which looks like the love child between a great white shark and a fighter jet. At $80,000?
80.000 kostet's, krass. Das würde ich nicht bezahlen, aber es muss doch irgendwelche Leute geben, die das haben, die das vermieten, die man über irgendwelche Connections hinkriegt, dass man, ich will das nur einmal fahren.
All this could be yours. I'm sure Aquaman would be jealous though.
Alter.
Real life lightsaber.
Okay, Hacksmith haben wir schon gesehen, das ist krass.
And they will come. The Hacksmith succeeded where others could only dream. And pretty much built.
Passi hat mir wieder geantwortet. Achtung.
Junge, was ist falsch bei dir? Ich weiß nicht, ob du hörst, wie es echot. Ich bin im leeren Raum. Ich bin überfragt mit deinen Anforderungen. Tschüss, ich komme nie wieder. Ich wohne jetzt
hier. Built a lightsaber.
80.000 ist actually ein fairer Preis dafür, aber trotzdem zu teuer, um zu kaufen. Einfach.
Now, we know, Jedi mind tricks and Darth Vader's famous Force choke are still a far way off. But as if you don't want your very own 4,000-degree Fahrenheit plasma cutter to destroy your enemies. Or at the very least, cut yourself a slice of birthday cake like an absolute boss. At these temperatures, this imitation blade isn't far off the real thing, able to melt titanium on contact. It's actually a massive superheated plasma, similar to industrially cut through solid steel plates. The only downside is that you'll have to make your own cool lightsaber noises with your mouth, so start practicing. But also, carrying around huge oxygen and propane tanks just to get a measly 5 minutes of use tells us that there is still just a tad more research and development that has to be done before we get a proper finished product. Gravity Industries Jets.
Das ist so ein Ding, das würde ich ohne Scheiß so gerne mal probieren. Wenn irgendwer von euch Connections irgendwie dahin hat for whatever random reason. Junge, ich will das probieren.
Dude. Good news, Iron Man's suit is now available for the rock bottom price of $602,000.
Alter, the billionaire Playboy has. Aber man kann das testen bestimmt irgendwie. Das sind so Sachen. Boah, das würde ich so gerne tun.
You don't need an impressive stock portfolio. Own multiple successful companies and rub shoulders with the Avengers to get what you want. All you have to do is sell your house. So worth it. The Gravity Industries jet suit weighs in at an impressive 55 miles per hour, despite giving the pilot full flight control thanks to 5 mini-jet engines, 1 on the backpack and 2 on each hand for steering. If you're thinking it's a blatant knockoff of Iron Man's suit, then you'd be correct. A full tank of fuel is enough to support the combined.
Guck mal, da sind doch auch Leute pressemäßig hingegangen.
Fine total of 1,050 horsepower for a fleeting 9 minutes. Supersonic flight is still a long way off too, with the max speed of this imitation being 32 miles per hour. Sadly, no offensive weaponry, though it's rumored to be coming up in the Mark II version. Just kidding, it isn't. But being able to fly is enough to convince me. Now, where am I going to get that money?
Guck hier, Tom Scott war doch auch da. Kann ich auch da hin?
From Dr. Octopus suit. When life starts to imitate fiction, that's the time to start getting worried. Dr. Octopus has animatronic arms fused and grafted to his spinal cord, giving him 4 extra mechanical claws to climb buildings with, rob banks, and do all other manner of general bad guy stuff. Self-made millionaire Eric Finman may only be 19, but he knows a good investment when
Der sieht einfach aus wie Real-Life, Peter Parker.
He sees it. Using his own money made jumping onto Bitcoin when it was still worth a pittance, he commissioned a team of engineers to make a lifelike prosthetic that could actually have some pretty awesome real-world applications for those who've lost limbs or are confined to a wheelchair. The 4 limbs are controlled using microcontrollers on each hand, with a specialized glove picking up the micro movements and converting them to
I have a real-life octopus.
Electrical signals that articulate the arms. At least someone's using their robotic arms for good instead of evil. Jetman Dubai.
Das ist auch cool.
About the closest thing to being the Falcon has to be Jetman Dubai. Cruising through the air with rocket power,
Wär's nicht in Dubai, wär's cool.
A huge pair of bright red wings and a face shield to keep the bugs off looks about right to us. Built specifically for vertical takeoff and flight, this crazy jetpack is capable of some pretty serious speeds. It takes just 8 seconds to go from ground level up to 300 feet. The next 300 feet is done in just 4 seconds. The next 900 feet, 5 seconds. All in all, it can shoot up to an altitude of 3,000 feet in half a minute flat at an average speed of 130 knots, or 150 miles per hour. It's not far off having a NASA booster rocket strapped to your back, with a theoretical max speed of 250 miles per hour, maybe
Alter, wie krass es sein muss, mit so einem Ding zu fliegen.
Faster. Not just content with straight line speed, the Jetman Dubai is able to perform barrel rolls and loop-the-loops that would make a stunt plane blush. Up, up, and away. Skeletonics. The Arrive suit was designed by a Tokyo-based company.
Ey, das wäre so eine kranke Videoreihe, einfach alles davon ausprobieren. Oh man, Alter.
Skeletonics, whose singular goal is to create products that make you feel like you're a giant. Talk about small
so krass.
Man syndrome. The Arrive suit turns its wielder into a 9-foot-tall gargantuan, able to walk around and even perform fine motor skill tasks like picking up a cup and shaking someone's hand, something that their native Godzilla could never really accomplish. He was too busy punching buildings and fighting mobs. This is all thanks to a master-slave synchronization system that uses neither computers nor electricity to function. It utilizes physics and linkages to retain the freedom and range of
Alter, das ist auch so ein Ding. Real-life Transformer,
human motion
Junge.
Without the need for a cumbersome battery. Efoil surfboard.
Ey, die Dinger sind krass. Ich habe mir überlegt, selber eins
The
zu bauen.
laws of physics don't apply when it comes to the world of superheroes. Unfortunately for us, mere mortals, they do. The best we can do is look like we're defying gravity with a craft that doesn't look like it should. The Efoil is a cross between a jet ski and a surfboard, using a
Aber die sollen sehr schwer zu fahren sein.
powered leg and hydrofoil to lift the board up out of the water, fully supporting the weight of the rider. A hand control takes care of the throttle and speed, with the rider having to use their own body weight shifting from side to side in order to steer, just like the real thing. The battery lasts an impressive 90 minutes on a full charge, skimming across the water at 25 miles per hour. At 12 grand a pop, they're out of the reach of the average avid water sports fan, with lucky owners describing the experience feeling a bit like ice skiing. Explosion-proof suit. That cocky
Okay, das ist das Erste, was ich nicht ausprobieren wollen würde.
Tony in Superman thinks he's all that. He might be tough, but he obviously hasn't experienced a Siberian winter. Proud Russian Victoria Kolesnikova has built herself a suit so impervious that neither flame nor explosions phase her. Well, she may actually be a real-life model, and we may have made up that part about her inventing the suit, but it's only a white lie. The blast-proof activewear is available from prominent Russian tactical equipment manufacturer Rostec for the right price. The suit is already capable of withstanding bullets and shrapnel from grenades, so now it can add bombs and flamethrowers to the list of things that don't phase it. Footage of Victoria taking a lovely stroll through a field of exploding landmines and incendiary devices has to be seen to be believed. The only evidence of her walk on the wild side were a few smudge marks on her face. And how else do you greet a beautiful woman? With flowers, of course.
Boah, Alter, also so 99% davon würde ich so gerne ausprobieren. Das war ja insane.